Amazon Prime Video is a video service that beholds some absolute specimens of movies. It's got to a point where it's kind of well known for it, with titles like Clownado, The Beaster Bunny, House Shot. What? I'm looking at these for the first time. What is House Shot? What could that entail? Like, who's in charge of quality control at Amazon Video? It seems like you could send in an hour-long video of you screaming at pigeons and they just be like, yeah, that's a movie, let's whack it up. So out of all them brilliant examples of movies on the fine Amazon Prime service, I decided to pick one called Llamageddon, which is actually no longer on Amazon Prime Video. Jeff Bezos sensed I was about to make a video on it, so he took it off the service and put it behind a paywall. Amazon, let the people see Llamageddon. The plot, I don't know what the plot is. I'm guessing there's a killer llama. I don't know. I'm yet to see it. It's only about an hour long. I picked this movie purely for its name because surely with a title like that, it's due to deliver something good. Just finished watching the journey that is Llamageddon. Normally I find movies that are intentionally bad to not be as funny as movies that are unintentionally fucking tragic. And this isn't much different. Llamageddon and movies similar to it are those kids at school that try way too hard to be funny and just end up looking like gimps. Although there is something slightly charming about this movie, and I'll talk about that later, but don't worry, it is very much predominantly awful. The movie opens with a 2D animation of llamas marching and getting in their spaceships and going to Earth. I like 2D animation, so I thought this bit was okay. It looked like they had put a bit of like effort or budget into this or whatever. And when I was watching this bit, I was thinking, oh, maybe this isn't going to be as awful looking as I thought it would be. And then it cuts to the first few seconds of a non-animated movie. What the fuck was that? It doesn't even go behind the tree line. I'm sure even I could do a better job of that, and actually I'm going to. Done. Then we get the first glimpse of the main villain, which is just a llama with red eyes poorly tracked onto it. And we're then introduced to the two least charismatic people on Earth, woman and man. And we get our first glimpse at the beautiful audio engineering that went into this movie.
Alright. That's alright.
We then see them in some form of wooden box, which I think is supposed to be their gaff. If this is their gaff, then I feel very sorry for them.
Did you call neighbors about their llama?
No, I did not.
God, that's some fucking great dialogue there, I tell you. How did the writers come up with such immersive conversations? They're in a bed together after that, whispering to each other, but the music is like 50,000 decibels, so you have no clue what they're fucking saying. What? Oh, and then they die at the hands of the llama, and I was very sad because I got attached to these people. They were so full of life and character, and now they're gone. The movie will not be the same without them. But I'll tell you what will cheer you up and get you out of your grieving rut. The sponsor of today's video, Activision Blizzard with Diablo 2 Resurrected. Now, I am honestly over the moon to be promoting Diablo 2 Resurrected because Diablo is easily one of my favourite video game franchises. It's one of those games you can sit down and play for 8 hours and it's felt like 20 minutes. Once I played Diablo on an 11-hour flight and I didn't even realise when we were about to descend because it felt like we've been in the air half the time. Diablo 2 is an action RPG game and quite frankly, it will take me too long to go into detail about it and everything you can do in it and all that, but trust me, it is so good. Even if they weren't paying me to say this, if someone came up to me in the street and said, George, I need a game to help me forget about my responsibilities like my wife and kids, I'd say pick up Diablo without a second's doubt. Now, Diablo 2 Resurrected is a remaster of the highly popular Diablo 2 from the year 2000 with a number of improvements. And one of the things I think is pretty sick if you want a bit of nostalgia, you can switch back and forth from the new graphics to the old original ones. How cool is that? So go to the link in the description to get the game. Trust me, you will not be disappointed. And thank you to Activision Blizzard for sponsoring today's video. A forensic team show up at the site of the crash as the bloke pulls up in a helicopter, gets off, says like a couple of words, and then gets straight back on.
My God. All right, just bag them and get them back to base.
I didn't edit any of that. If you don't think that is the funniest shit you've ever seen in your life, your humor is terrible. And the thing is, I think this is one of the shots in the movie that wasn't supposed to be intentionally shit. We're then introduced to the main characters, girl and boy, and they're on their way back from the funeral of those people that got put in a spliff because turns out they were their grandparents, despite them being like 20 and the grandparents looking like they're like 50. They pull up to the crib and see a llama with big fuck off red eyes, and they don't question it. They're just like, oh look, lol, they probably got a llama. Like, are you not gonna question the eyes?
God, Floyd, shut the door.
What the fuck was that?
Fine, I'll be nice. Whatever.
And if he wets the bed, don't make me allow it.
But Mom, you said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry. It's just that your sister cares about you. One time I had to go to school and bring her a pair of underwear.
The first bit of that actually made me laugh because it caught me so off guard. But after that, they just deaded it with the mum bit. Like that just made me feel uncomfortable. I did not like that, not one bit. Also, is he supposed to be like 9 years old or something? He looks about 23. But this guy, he's like one of the only good things about this movie.
I am a man now.
Who are you calling?
I'm calling Stacy so she can get her ass over here with some beer.
I don't know why they've decided to lip sync this bit. Maybe because they couldn't be asked to attach mics to them or something. Or maybe there was like outside noise or something they couldn't be asked to get rid of in post. But it's so god fucking awful. It makes my skin crawl. Also, I know nobody probably gives a single one, but the color grade changes so dramatically. It's off-putting. I know no one cares about that, but I'm going to mention it anyway, okay? I care about it. But then it cuts back to the forensic team where we're shown yet another display of breathtaking acting.
Report from NASA, they were tracking this, and they believe it to be coming from the Orion Nebula.
Well, it makes sense because it came through the northern quadrant and crash landed here. So I think it's a pretty good assumption.
I have never seen technology this advanced.
Right, this is the last time I'm going to mention the fucking audio in this movie. But it is so bad throughout the entire thing. The only reason I'm mentioning it so much is just because I want to drill in how shit it is. It is terrible. Throughout half this movie, it sounds like they're talking through World War I radios. But they find a llama egg that never appears again and basically plays no role whatsoever in the movie. And then it cuts to the deadest party ever.
Never have I ever slept with a professor.
Scholars are bad bitches.
I honestly think I would rather be sitting here watching this movie right now than be at that party, and that's really saying something. Purgatory would be less dead than this party. 90% of this scene is just pure filler, just people drinking and talking about unimportant things that play literally no role in the movie.
Dude, I'm serious. The sequel, way better than the original.
No fucking way.
No, by a long shot.
No, not even a little bit, man. The original Evil Dead? No, man, you can't beat that.
Actually, the large majority of this movie is filler. I'd say at least like 70%. And the movie's only an hour long. How have you made an hour-long movie where 70% of it is just filler? Like, you haven't made a movie at this point. You've just made a YouTube video about the girl who's like the main character or whatever. And this geezer, for some reason, hatching a plan to get the brother laid, which is quite confusing because sometimes he's portrayed as being like a fucking 9-year-old or something. And then other times he's portrayed to be like a fully grown adult drinking and stuff. So is it weird? I don't know.
But Sam, she's a cherry picker.
What cherry picker?
She likes virgins, and she likes to stick around until they both get their instruments in tune.
I really hate everything about this. Like, this isn't even so bad, it's good, it's just painful to watch. There's a girl in a car who's on her way to this really fucking tremendously shit party. And she comes across the llama in a pretty well shot couple of seconds for this movie. She gets killed. There's 6 more minutes of filler, then this guy gets his fingers eaten off and heart taken out, and then this happens. I just have nothing to add to this. I could sit here and say how shit that is, but it's intentional. Which, as I said towards the beginning, kind of takes most of the funny away from it. Also, has no one seen the fucking car that's apparently on fire like 20 meters away from it? Where's that gone? Has that just like fucking despawned? And then after a few more minutes of filler, they're all in a hot tub for some reason. And the llama appears out of nowhere. Oh no! And he throws the radio in the hot tub. And it kills loads of them. Oh no. And it's at this point I was really questioning the deeper meaning of this movie. What is the llama's motivations? Did it really just travel at fucking light speed to Earth to kill a few mind-numbingly boring teenagers in the middle of nowhere? Also, surely if the llamas are intelligent enough to travel this far through space, something humans can barely conceptualize at this point, if they wanted to kill everyone, they could probably do it much quicker than this. I know I'm definitely looking too deep into a movie called Llamageddon, but I don't care, alright? Villains need clear motivations. The remaining people that didn't get laying down the llama find the bodies, and they don't really have the sort of reaction you'd have to finding a load of people suddenly dead in your hot tub. They're just like, oh no, they're dead, oh no, and calmly walk around.
Oh my god!
They spot the llama again and it kills one of them, and there's blood and someone being sick, and then the llama spits something on a guy and it turns him into a llama, and then the llama kind of just lets the rest of them run away, and the llama starts shooting lasers at them, and it really begs the question, why didn't the llama just blow up the fucking house? It quite clearly has the capability to. It blew up a car, so it can obviously blow up this fucking wooden shed of a house. But then again, would that just be too easy? Has the llama gained consciousness and is just doing this for sport? Perhaps. Matey Bloke is about to fully transform into a llama, and because the filmmakers are yet to discover CGI, it cuts to 2D animation to show him getting eaten or something. I don't know what that is. I feel like what they did before would be better with like the sort of practical effects. Even if they are really shit, it's just very jarring cutting from real life stuff to 2D animation. It doesn't look right. It's not right. They should remaster this movie and cut that bit out, I reckon. Our heroes find a bat in the spaceship, and it can apparently deflect lasers, but the bloke holding it fucking dies, and then we never see the bat again. It never makes an appearance again. I thought they were going to do something interesting with that, but no, they just kind of show, oh, it deflects lasers, and then never show it again. The guy who got fucking eaten reappears somehow. I'm not really too sure how. It is, however, a very real possibility that I completely zoned out. I'm not taking that off the cards because I might have. It lays eggs in probably the best bit of practical effects in the movie. That's not that bad. He then gets shot by some bloke with a shotgun who I think is the dad of the kids. Llamas hatch from the eggs and he shoots the eggs, and then the dad dies, but then somehow comes back to life like 2 minutes later to kill the llama with a combine harvester or something. He then dies again. The end. Now I sat through the credits of this movie to see if I could spot any famous names. Like, I don't know, maybe Brad Pitt decided to make a background cameo that I didn't notice. And there's a guy who played the character Trent. We all know and love him, don't we? We all definitely know who that is. I don't think I got a single one of the characters' names in this. They were all so fucking boring. They just merged into one person. But the guy who played Trent, his real name is Gooch Jesco the Third. What the fuck? So to wrap this video up, I know this one's been shorter than my other movie reviews. I typically try and make them about 20 minutes long, but that's because this movie is only 69 minutes long, lol, and mostly filler. So I said all I possibly could in 12 minutes, really. At the start, I said there was something quite charming about this movie, and that's the fact that people making it seem to have fun. I know you're going, oh, George, you're moist. Shut up, I don't care. Even if they were all mind-numbingly boring, this movie seemed to come from a place of passion. It doesn't seem like one of their movies, like disaster movie, that the filmmakers knew was shit and was made purely for financial gain. I mean, I'm sure there was an element of that with this movie, as there is with any movie, but it seems like they made this just for a bit of a laugh, and that's great. That's what it's all about. Still though, not good. Didn't enjoy watching it. 4 out of 10. Like and subscribe or your mum will get it.